Hi, I'm hoping this is actually working and I've gone live. I had a few technical problems. I'm nearly 10 minutes late. That's so bad. I said I was going to go live at 7 o'clock, but when I went on, nothing worked. So I've had to connect everything up. So I hope I'm in the right place. If you're here and you're watching, then please pop in and say hello. This is a bit of an introduction as to what I plan on doing. My camera's all back to front. You can't read what I've got on my t-shirt. I need to do a bit of work on this, to be fair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to relaunch my podcast, which is Living Life Being Human. And what I plan on doing is going live on YouTube at 7 o'clock UK time every Friday night. I'm using the audio from this to upload onto my podcast. So I've recently stepped away a lot from social media. I've got a private platform now, which is called Living Life Being Human. So everything's all branded and linking together. I've put a bit of thought into that. The private platform is livinglifebeinghuman.com. If you want to register, it's livinglifebeinghuman.com/register. It's a free platform away from Facebook. So you consciously log in and interact. It looks very similar to Facebook. You can upload pictures. You can chat with other members. You can do a profile picture and a cover picture and everything. It's very, very similar looking to Facebook. So hopefully you will feel at home when you get in there. But the idea is that we step away from social media a bit more and intentionally join groups. I get lost in a wormhole whenever I go on social media, Facebook in particular. Well, no, all of them really. I just end up scrolling, meaningless scrolling, and things pop up and advertisements and everything. And I'm finding more and more that there's a lot of negativity on there. There are some wonderful Facebook groups, but there are some Facebook groups that when you join, nobody seems to be moderating them, and it's kind of a bit of a free-for-all. So my private platform, the Living Life Being Human platform, I regulate it. It's for women only. I do that to the best of my ability. There's a little box that people have to tick to say, are you female? And they do it. And I do go on and do a bit of stalking to see whether they are actually female. But I'm not perfect, so some people might slip through. But it's aimed at women. It's aimed at all around mental health. That's my day job. I've not actually introduced myself properly, but I'm Jackie Jones. I'm a psychotherapist and coach, life coach, based in Lancashire in the UK. And that's my day job. I see clients not face to face at the moment. It's all online. So this is an extension of that. I've had a podcast now probably for getting on for 3 years, but I have neglected my baby, I'm sad to say. So I wanted to resurrect it. So my idea is around doing a Facebook Live every Friday. I used to go live over on my Facebook channels and share it in all my groups. But I'm finding that the reach is getting less and less and less. So I decided to step away from that and intentionally go live in this group so that there's a YouTube video going up. I will be covering different topics every week. You can request a topic. If there's something that you want me to do, then feel free to message me or comment on this, and I'm happy to talk about pretty much anything. But I'm also going to be answering questions. But the only way that I can see the questions that are being asked are if you are in my platform, because those are the questions that I'm going to give priority to. You can private message me. You can email me, jackie@jackiejones.co.uk, or you can message me on my Facebook page, but I might not see it. So if you join the platform, which there's loads of freebies in there. I think I've got 2 ebooks in there. I'm doing a lot about positivity this month. I'm doing a month of positivity for the whole of May. So there's a challenge going up every day of the month, all around self-love, gratitude, positivity, about, the energy that we put out is the energy that we get back. And the people that we surround ourselves by, we pick up on people's energy. That's what we do as human beings. We're all interacting with each other via energy, and that energy is positive or negative. So, it's about being mindful of the energy that you're surrounding yourself, particularly at the moment. We're coming out of lockdown. We're out of lockdown, but it don't feel like it sometimes. I don't want to, I don't get political, and I often don't even watch the news, because I do find that it kind of takes over my thoughts a lot of the time. And being a psychotherapist and coach, I need to be mindful of my own mental health. When I'm talking to clients on a daily basis, who have got varying issues, it's really important that I take care of myself. So if I'm sat watching the news for hours during the day and there's a lot of negativity on there, it does start to impact my own mental health. So I'm mindfully stepping away from it. I like a bit of mindless television now and then. I'm not saying I don't watch television at all. But I do like listening to podcasts. I do like listening to books on Audible and things like that. I'm constantly learning new things. So I thought I would share a lot of this with you. So as I said, I'm doing a month on positivity. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about is that as human beings, we have the power to change our mind at the drop of a hat. And sometimes we forget that. The negative dialogue that a lot of us have in our heads all the time, it feels like it's the same thought over and over and over again. And sometimes it is. That negative dialogue, that negative thought can go on for days sometimes, but it's not the same thought. It's the same content, but a different thought. It's impossible to hang on to one thought for any length of time. We're designed that thoughts are transient. They just pass through us. I often say this, you might have heard me say it before, but chocolate ice cream, it comes in, I think it, and it goes out. I might attach a feeling to that chocolate ice cream. I might then start to think, last time I had chocolate ice cream, I was sat in a ice cream shop on the seaside with my best friend and had an amazing time. So I might start to feel certain emotions around that. So the thought then becomes a physical thing because I'm having sensations in my body. And that's how it works. We then make up a story around this. And that's when it's kind of out of our awareness and it starts to become an automatic response, that when we have a certain thought, we have a certain feeling, and that relates to a certain story. Our brain does this. It's called apophenia. It's a real thing, that it connects up all the different dots. This happens, with negative thinking. We're negatively biased as human beings. It's a survival mechanism, but it's quite outdated, and it's a bit of a bugger when we do it. I'm going to cough. It's a bit of a bugger when we do it because, if you go out with a mate and I don't know, there's like 5 or 6 of you there, and everybody's saying how well you look, and you're looking really good, and you've got your best frock on, and your bum doesn't look big in it, and all these wonderful things. And then one person just looks at you, in that sideways glance, and you might think, oh, what's she looking at me like that for? What's that about? That's probably the one thing that you will take away from the night. Not all the compliments that you've been paid, not, having a really good night. That one sideways glance off somebody that you interpreted a certain way will probably be the one thing that you take away from it. That's the negative bias. That's what we do as part of our survival mechanism, but it doesn't serve us very well in the 21st century. Not when we're constantly focusing on the negative, because it lowers our state of mind. It lowers our confidence, our self-esteem, and all those things. So we need to make a conscious effort to focus on the positive. We need to consciously look for positive things in our life, whether that's through, looking at our mindset, whether we've got a fixed mindset that, everything's doom and gloom, everything's negative. This always happens to me. I never get what I want. All those sorts of things. If you have that internal dialogue going on, just be mindful of it and be aware of it and switch it around to something more positive. If it's, I can't do that, maybe change that phrase to, what can I do? We're really good at criticizing ourselves for all the things that we can't do, but it takes effort to really pin down and focus on the things that we can actually do and that we are good at. So I want to give you permission to, just for a day, maybe start tomorrow, you start now if that's what you want to do, but really notice and observe the thoughts that you're having. When you're watching television, if you dip in and out of, conscious awareness from Coronation Street or something, What are your thoughts? Are they positive generally? I'd hazard a guess that they're not. They're usually random thoughts that come in that then trigger something, probably an emotion, that then you go down that whole rabbit warren of negativity or whatever. So just for 24 hours, just be mindfully positive and see whether it makes a difference. Look at the people around you. You know, if you're in a circle at work, you've got work colleagues or, I don't know, mum friends or whatever it is, and there's a lot of negativity in there, just notice how your thought process dips while you're with them. Same as if you go out on a girls' night out. I recently went to a hen do. It was a random hen do. We did loads of stuff. There was lots of outdoor activities. We did a jungle escape room, and we went quad biking, and it was a bit like, what was it, like the Krypton Factor, where we had to do all this stuff. It was amazing. There was probably maybe 20 plus of us girls, not all of a certain age. There was different age ranges and everything, but we had an absolute blast. The positivity that was in that group was absolutely amazing, and it went on overnight and the following day. It was phenomenal, and I felt uplifted when I came away. My bones were aching. I've never run around a field in camouflage overalls with a gun like Rambo in my life before, but it was amazing. So it's about, choosing the people that you want to surround yourself with. Yes, sometimes we want to calm it down and we want to be mindful and thoughtful and quiet, and that's absolutely fine. But we need to be consciously aware of our thoughts and whether we're being positive or negative. Being neutral is better than being negative. To just be an observer of your thoughts. The last thing I want anybody to do is to start being critical of themselves. Like, I'm always having negative thoughts. Why am I such a negative Nelly? That's not what it's about. It's about being aware, noticing, and then realizing that as human beings, we have the ability to consciously change our mind. We can switch from being a negative Nelly to being a positive Polly, if there's such a thing. So that's the first kind of episode of the Living Life Being Human show, and this is the feel of what I want to do. Some weeks I might have a guest on, so there might be two of us here having a conversation. You can ask me as many questions as you want. If you're watching this, whether it's on replay or not, you can drop a comment and I'll pick it up. Subscribe to the channel, and then you'll get notified when I do go live at 7:00 on a Friday night. Ask me any questions if you want to. Just pop over to the platform. It's absolutely free. There's a lovely bunch of ladies in there already. We do challenges. We've got a bit of a point system going on that every time you log in, you get points. And hopefully, I will be having a date where there's maybe a competition as who gets the most points for being interactive, commenting on other people's posts, posting their own things. There's a forum in there. There's free courses in there. I will be adding some more courses in there. It's just a nice, safe space away from Facebook that I really would like people to pop on and, give me some feedback. Let me know what it is that you want in there. If there's a particular topic that you want me to cover, I'm thinking not next week, but the week after, of doing kind of a 3 or 4 day challenge where I go live every night with some content. Not sure what it's around. Anxiety seems to be around a lot. So it might be around anxiety or overthinking or negative thinking. I'm not sure yet. But then doing a bit of a question and answer at the end of it. So that's coming up. There's lots of things that I've got planned for the platform and the Living Life Being Human show. So get in touch with me and let me know what it is that you want me to do. I'm happy to do anything. And if you want to come on and be a guest, and that is absolutely fantastic, I would love people to come on and be guests. And hopefully by next week, I'll have worked out how to switch my camera around and mirror it, because it looks like the time is 25 to 5 and it's not. It's 23 minutes past 7. Everything's switched around and I'm not sure that can be corrected. But anyway, I'm here. I know I was late, but I'm here. So that's how it's going to be. The audio is going to be used for my podcast episodes. It will probably be a bit more structured than what this is, because I just literally wanted to jump on and let everybody know what I'm doing. And I will be back next week. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and pop over to the platform and join in with the Positivity Month that we've got going on at the moment. I shall speak to you all very soon. Take care.